Now on YouTube, it's time for some alternative commentary action with the Commenttary Hub.
There's headed by Marina, and it's 2-1 to Arsenal.
Look at that point! Goal for Manchester City!
Takes this corner, whips it in, it's headed and it's a goal, and it's that man, Gabriel.
Liverpool have equalised. Lovely improvisational touch from Curtis Jones.
Oh, what a goal! Wow, take it out!
Hello and welcome to our first match in the Commenttary Hub's coverage of the Under-21 European Championships from Slovakia. I'm your alternative commentator, Nicholas Jones, and our first game is Czechia against England. We had a few games yesterday in the European Under-21s, but we will mention the results at half-time. We have other games going on tonight, but we will also do so likewise. The players now made their way onto the centre of the pitch, and we now pause for the national anthems, starting with the national anthem of England. So that was the national anthem of England, sung by the players and management. Now we pause for the national anthem of Czechia. So that was both sets of national anthems sung by the players and managers. Now let's take a look at the teams, starting with Czechia. In goal is number 16, Lukáš Horníček. And in defence we have number 5, Stepan Šalupek. And number 18, Filip Prepsl. And running off the defence, number 19, Karel Spachil. And in midfield we have number 4, Martin Szukomel, and number 14, Wojtek Stransky, number 6, Patrick Vidra, and number 22, Matej Hadaš, as Krzysztof Danek flanks both number 9, Václav Sejk, the captain, and number 7, Daniel Fila. For England, in goal is number 1, James Beadle. And in defence, we have Livramento. So now let's take a look at the formations for Czechia. Czechia, they are playing in a 3-4-1-2 formation with Horníček in goal, Prepsl the centre-back, along with Spachil and Šalupek, Szukomel, Stransky, Vidra, Hadaš in midfield, and flanking Fila and Sejk is Danek. And our referee tonight is Elchin Masiev of Azerbaijan. with assistant referees Elshad Abdullayev and Parvin Talibov of Azerbaijan. The fourth official is Simone Sozza of Italy, and in VAR, Soren Storks of Germany is the man in the booth, as England are playing a 4-3-3 formation. James Beadle in goal, as I mentioned earlier. Then in defence, Livramento, Quansah, Cresswell and Gray. And in midfield, Scott, Anderson, Elliott, Hutchinson, McAtee and Rowe. James McAtee is the captain as England get ready to kickstart the defence of their Under-21 European Championship title. Funnily enough, they faced Czechia in their first match 2 years ago when it was being played in Georgia. The player to look out for Czechia is I would have to say Václav Šejk. He was the top goal scorer in qualifying with 4 goals. And the game is just about ready to get underway. It'll be Czechia to start. They are wearing a red shirt, white shorts and light blue socks. England are wearing their all white with the dark blue and the shorts and the white socks. And away we go then at the DAC Aréna at Dunajská Streda, as it's Czechia with the ball early on. A player has gone down and already we have a yellow card straight in, just 20 seconds in, and it's Anderson who has picked up the yellow card. That's the first yellow card for England, and Anderson will have to watch out. And it was a collision with Hadash, just trod on his foot, and that will have given the Czechs the free kick. And the manager of Czechia is Jan Šukoparek. Who is the head coach. And standing in goal is James Beadle. And England will have to muster everything they can in order to keep out this early free kick. The Czechs look very serious, and about to kick the ball from just behind the D was Danek, and deflected away by England. So the game resumes, and on the far side for England is number 20 Scott with the ball. He passes to Anderson down the wing to Rowe. Now with the ball is Livramento, the only man in the under-21 side to have played for the senior squad so far. Still on the near side, he passes to Quansah. Quansah has been with Liverpool since he was just 5. Now the ball is with Archie Gray. Archie Gray passing right away to Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott's now inside the 18-yard box. This is a chance for England, but deflected away by Czechia, and the man who did it was Matej Hadash. So it looked to be an initial cross from the captain Makati, but Hadash deflected that ball away well. Corner to England, and we are only some 2.5 minutes in. Makati placing the ball inside the near side left corner. He takes his chance, kicks the ball in towards the goal area, but no one gets to it, and the ball just bounces over the line. It looked to me as though nobody actually saw what was coming, and Lee Carsley taking a drink of water on the touchline to try and calm the nerves. As England retake control of the game with Livramento, he passes to Quansah. No, I beg your pardon, it was Hutchinson. Hutchinson back up the wing to Quansah, and it looked to me as though Šejk was after the ball. Now the ball has been still with England, I should say. It's Anderson. Anderson towards Scott. Now back with Anderson. Anderson down the wing to Hutchinson inside the centre circle. Now passing to Livramento. Livramento inside the goal area. Goes for a shot, but blocked by Lukas Hornicek. And England still hungry for it, but not to be. And after almost 4 minutes, it's Czechia 0, England 0. England, I'd say, are getting closer and closer to scoring the opener. That was good. That was a good effort by Livramento inside the 18-yard box. Held off the advances of Chalupek really well. Czechia restart the game. And it's Chalupek. Chalupek up the wing, but given away to England. It's Livramento. Almost tackled from behind by Danek. It's... the ball is now with Quansah. Quansah to Anderson. Now Scott. Scott down the wing to Livramento. Livramento now goes down the wing even further to Jonathan Rowe. It's Rowe. Puck pressing on towards the 18-yard box. A quick pass to Hutchinson. Hutchinson goes around Shupalek. And England almost score with James McAtee. How close was he? That was very, very close from the captain, and this just goes to show what I said a moment ago. England are getting closer to scoring. So it was Hutchinson with the ball initially. Almost he was bundled out of the way actually by Shupalek, but he was aiming for McAtee. Game now resumes. And with the ball for the Czechs is Stransky. Stransky up to Vidra inside the centre circle. Now just over the halfway line on the right is Spatchil. Spatchil to Prebsil. Now back to Spatchil. Now on the far side, the ball is still with Czechia. And Czechia still advancing towards goal, but the ball goes over the line, and that was a decent effort by Shukomel. The Czech supporters watching rapturously, and it was Archie Gray tried to get to him, but he couldn't, but he couldn't get to him just in time. Just over 6 minutes have been played. It's still Czechia 0, England 0. As Beadle gets ready to take the goal kick for England. A quick pass of the ball out of the goal to Livramento. Livramento tripped by Daniel Fila. Was there contact? I'm sure there was. Will the referee say otherwise? And I can definitely see there was a bit of a push in the back. Just a normal incident. Quansah closing just over the halfway line to Anderson, now with Hutchinson. Hutchinson back down towards Anderson. And Anderson to Livramento, now up the wing to Quansah inside the centre circle. Quansah to McAtee. McAtee just over the halfway circle. She passes back to Anderson. Now down the wing to Livramento. Livramento still holding onto the ball. Almost a pass to Rowe, but he had to pass back to Anderson. Anderson, Livramento, holding off the Czechia defenders. That was Danek. Now the ball is still with England. It's Charlie Cresswell. Cresswell down the wing to Quansah. Now back with Anderson, who's on the near side. England are playing from right to left. Czechia left to right. Quansah to Cresswell, now up the wing to Archie Gray, back down to Cresswell. Cresswell passing this time to McAtee. McAtee, he's over the halfway line on the near side. Almost loses the ball, but holds it briefly, but it's retaken by Vidra. McAtee tries to get after it, but Vidra closes him down. Good use of the body by the Czechia number 6. Czechia still have the ball, but given away to England, and it's with McAtee. McAtee looping the ball to Scott, Anderson almost picks it up, but it's with Livramento. Livramento down the wing to Hutchinson. Hutchinson inside the goal area. He goes for a shot, but it's over the bar. Unlucky from Omari Hutchinson, and Lee Carsley walking around the technical area. So this was what happened. Hutchinson did well to hold on to the ball. He should have passed to Rowe, in my opinion, because Rowe looked the closest player to goal, and that was almost a touch of the hand by Lukasz Hornacek, and the referee has deemed it worthy of a corner. So Harvey Elliott takes the corner for England. He walks up, kicks the ball in towards the goal area. Everybody misses yet again, but no! Hutchinson has the ball for England, and he's pushed down by Prebzel. Prebzel did that deliberately, in my opinion, but he is lucky to get away with. But he's lucky to get away with it, and he saw clearly that Hutchinson had the ball, and that was just very, very naughty, in my opinion. And another corner has been given to England. It will be Elliott to take yet again. Can England make this corner count? Will they be able to score as Hornacek stands inside the goal? Elliott raises his arm to signal that he's ready. He fires the ball in towards the 18-yard box. Everybody misses again. It's now with McAtee, and the ball deflected away by Czechia. And England have had chances, but they've just missed out on them, either through poorly timed kicks or interference from Czechia. And after almost 10.5 minutes, it still remains Czechia 0, England 0. The ball is now back with Czechia, down the wing to Hadash, but retaken by England. Livramento passing to Beadle inside the goal, and Beadle fires the ball out, and it was almost picked up by McAtee, who was hovering over the halfway circle, but it was still given away to Czechia. It's Prebzel to Spatchil up the wing to Shukomel. Now back to Spatchil, and Spatchil now passing back into Hornacek in goal. Prebzel to Shalupek, and Shalupek, that's a forward, that looked like a forward cross, but it ends up at the feet nonetheless of Vidra to Danek. It's Danek, and that was the closest that Czechia have come to scoring. Good efforts from the captain, Václav Sejk. That was a good setup by Czechia, but superb defending nonetheless by England. They may not have touched the ball, but they forced Czechia into a mistake. And that is what I call exceptional defending. England have retaken the ball through Scott and McAtee. The ball stays in, surprisingly, and the ball is now still with Danek. It's Danek to the number 19 Spatchil, and almost given away to England, but it's still with Spatchil. Spatchil to Stransky to Spatchil. Spatchil now with Vidra, the central midfield. Back to Spatchil, who's over the halfway line. England, I feel, are starting to concede more to Czechia, and the Czechs are beginning to take advantage of this. So I'd say in terms of possession, Czechia are the team in front right about now, as the ball is being passed down the wing to Hadash. It's Hadash with the ball, and Hadash crossing up the field to Danek, but now it's back with Hadash. England retake it through Anderson, But still with the ball for the Czechs is Fila. Fila! And that was good defending from England. Charlie Cresswell with the defensive deflection. But Czechia are not giving this one up, not by any means. Throw into Czechia, and it looks like it will be Sake to take the throw. No, I beg your pardon. It will be an England throw. And the man to take the England throw is Livramento. Livramento with the ball. Almost caught by Hadash. He passes to Hutchinson, but England aren't out of the woods yet. And brought down momentarily was Stransky, and the referee has had enough. He calls a stop to proceedings. It was Stransky who was fouled, and he was sandwiched between Livramento and Scott. That was just inside the goal area, but I don't think it was anything worthy of a penalty. We'll have to wait and see what happens next, though. I have a strong feeling it will be a free kick, and it is. England to take the free kick right away. I thought it was going to be a Czechia free kick, and the referee still giving instructions. So the free kick retaken. I don't think the first one was satisfactory in the referee's eyes, but England now have the ball. It's Anderson up the wing to Cresswell. Cresswell still holding on to the ball. Apparently it's 59% in terms of ball possession to England, but Czechia not far behind on 41. Now it's 40-60 in England's favour. Rowe on the near side. Rowe passing to Anderson. The ball now goes up the wing, I should say, to Quansah through the centre circle to Cresswell. Cresswell for England. He passes to Quansah. Quansah passing back to Cresswell. Now Cresswell to James McAtee. McAtee to Scott. Now back towards McAtee. Anderson back to Cresswell. The ball goes through the centre circle and down the wing to Hutchinson. Omari Hutchinson passing to Livramento. Now back to Hutchinson. Hutchinson towards Rowe, but given away to Stransky. Retaken by England, and a Czech player has gone down. I could just make out it was Danek. The referee calling a halt to proceedings yet again. No, in fact, it was Fila. Daniel Fila has gone down, and it was Quansah who collided with him. I think he ran into his backside, and Quansah still lucky to get away with this. Just over 16 and a half minutes have been played. It's still Czechia 0, England 0. And you're listening to the Commentary Hub with me, Nicholas Jones, as Czechia get ready to take the free kick with Prepsel. Prepsel, a pass up the wing to Spatchil. Now back to Prepsil. Spatchil, he has to watch out for McAtee. Up the wing he goes to Shukomel, and Shukomel, that was almost aimed at Vidra, but retaken by England through Hutchinson. Scott passing to Omari Hutchinson down the wing to Livramento. Livramento with the ball for England, now passing back to Hutchinson up the wing, this time to Quansah to Scott, and Scott almost pushed out of the way, but England still hold on to the ball. It's Rowe closing in on the 18-yard box, forced away by Stanek. Now it's retaken by Czechia. Good defending by Czechia. A player goes down, and England almost retake the ball through Quansah, but it goes over the line. That was a deflection from the captain, Sake. England constantly getting frustrated by Czechia, who are doing really well to hold their line. This could well be the turnaround in fortunes for Czechia. Remember, they lost 2-0 to England in their opening group stage match 2 years ago. Down the wing this time to Chalupek, the only player in the squad to have won the Czech First League with Slavia Prague. Over the line, the ball has gone over the line. It will be a throw-in to Czechia with Hadash to throw. He throws to Vidra, and now Vidra up the wing to Shukomel. It's Shukomel who is under pressure from Creswell, and Shukomel inside the 18-yard box, brought down, but the referee says play on. McAtee to Anderson, down the wing to number 11 Hutchinson. It's Hutchinson with the ball. He's closing in on the 18-yard box. Has to go around the defenders, but he passes rapidly to Gray. Now back with Hutchinson. Hutchinson enters the 18-yard box, passing to Livramento. Livramento now passing further to Anderson. Anderson Kwanzaa. Gerald Kwanzaa passing down the wing to Elliot Anderson. It's Anderson back to Gray, Scott. Now it's Anderson. Anderson back to Archie Gray. Archie Gray brought down, and will there be a yellow card for Czechia? Czechia very lucky to have all 11 players without a yellow card so far. Free kick, taken by England, and it's and the ball is still with Cresswell inside the centre circle, just over the line. Cresswell passing to Anderson. Anderson towards Livramento, and it's Livramento. Kwanzaa back towards Cresswell. Cresswell to Anderson. Now back to Kwanzaa, and it's Livramento with the ball for England. He's over the halfway line, passing rapidly to Hutchinson. It's Hutchinson. He's under pressure from Stransky. He gives the ball to Rowe. Now back with Hutchinson. Kwanzaa passing to Hutchinson, and a cross by Hutchinson towards Livramento, but halted by Czechia. Almost picked up by Fila, but back with England. And on the far side is Elliott. Elliott closing in on the 18-yard box. That was a good tackle by Vidra, but it's still giving England the ball. Cresswell passing to Harvey Elliott, and Elliott setting up McAtee, but McAtee just misses the ball, and over the line it goes. It will likely be a corner for England, and after 21.5 minutes, it's now still remains Czechia 0, England 0. No corner for England. That would have likely been a goal kick in any case. So Spatchil to Sake. Now it's with Fila. Ball was heading towards Rowe, but good interception by Hornicek. The ball goes over the line for a throw, and it's Cresswell to Beadle. Beadle just outside. Beadle just comes out of the goal, passing to Cresswell. Cresswell to Scott. Now back to Cresswell. Almost picked up by McAtee, but the ball goes towards Gray. England doing what they can to outfox Czechia. It's Anderson to Scott. Now back with, it's still with England, I should say. Elliott to Archie Gray. Now back with Cresswell. And Cresswell does well to hold on. He passes to Anderson. Almost nicked by Danek, but England still hold on. Gray to Elliott. McAtee. Scott passes back to Anderson. Now it's with McAtee, and the ball has been forced away by Czechia, and it has given a throw in to the Czechs. Ball thrown by Sukomel, by the way. England tried to retake it from Scott, and that was almost a tackle on Vidra, but Czechia did well to hold their ground. It's Livramento. England have committed 3 fouls so far, Czechia 4. England have only 1 yellow card through Anderson. And 23 and a half, and we're just about approaching the 24th minute, but Czechia still hungry for that ball. England defending really well, although Czechia over the last few minutes have started to pile on the pressure a bit. It's McAtee with the ball, closing in on the 18-yard box. Now it's with Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott setting up McAtee, but caught by Hornicek. Again, this is another example of Czechia frustrating England even further. McAtee took advantage of a slip-up by Chalupek, and he almost passed to Elliott. So it was Elliott was aiming for McAtee, but well caught by Hornicek. And Gray with the ball on the far side, and forced out of the way, I should say, by Sheikh. England will play their second game against Slovenia on Sunday at 4:30, whilst Czechia's next group stage opponents will be Germany. So down on the ground before we resume is Stransky. Now Stransky has been fouled by somebody. Was Archie Gray involved? I'll have to take another look at this. And in fact, it was Scott who was involved in the incident with Stransky, and he must have used a hand or something to push him out of the way. Scott's protesting his innocence. He's claiming that he didn't know that Stransky was there. But the Czech supporters are bouncing up and down. Clearly, they see their side as the strongest at the moment. England, I fear, are starting to fall further and further behind. Czechia to take the free kick, courtesy of Danek. 26 minutes in. Still Czechia 0, England 0. As Czechia take the free kick and almost headed in by Stepan Chalupek, deflected away by Beadle, and Chalupek pleased with his efforts, but the same cannot be said for Jan Shukoparek. That was a good effort nonetheless by Chalupek. Corner given to Czechia, and this is Czechia's first corner. England have so far had 2. And to take the corner is Danek. So Danek in towards the goal area, flicked away by England, and it goes over the line again for a throw. And to take the throw will be Danek. He waits for the right moment, and in fact it's going to be Sukomel to take the throw. He throws to Sheikh to Sukomel, and saved by Beadle. Beadle to take the goal kick for England, and he waits for the right moment to clear the ball away. And this is now with England. Almost 28 minutes have been played. Right behind, coming for the ball, was Fila. Czechia still managed to hold on to the ball. The ball's still on the far side. Now it's coming down in towards the centre part, and it's with Danek to Sheikh. Now almost picked up by Gray, but he forced Sukamel into making a mistake, as the skipper has a word with Danek, just saying, you know, we're going to do this for our free kick, and it will be Danek to take the free kick. I beg your pardon, it's actually a corner, so the second corner for Czechia, and that's their second corner in just under 3 minutes. The England fans relatively silent compared to the Czechia supporters, as Danek arrows the ball into the goal area, but defended by England. Hutchinson to Anderson, but England still managed to hold on to the ball through Jonathan Rowe. Rowe doing well to hold off Hadash. Now passing to Livramento. Up the wing to Scott inside the centre circle. The ball is now passed down the wing to Livramento. Livramento towards Rowe. Rowe, now Hutchinson. Hutchinson to Harvey Elliott. And up the wing it goes to Quansah. Quansah tries up. Quansah passes down the wing to Elliott. Elliott, and Rowe has been fouled from behind, and that was by Filip Prebsel. Prebsel has fouled him. This was the Czechia corner a moment or two ago. A poor setup by Czechia, defended really well by England. Vidra should have taken advantage, but didn't. And after 30 minutes have now been played, it's still Czechia 0, England 0. Both sides continuing to hound and harry each other. And it's Shalupek passing to Hornicek in goal. It's Spatchil to Prebsel. Prebsel holding on to the ball, waiting for the right moment to pass, and he passes up the wing to Spatchil. Spatchil crossing to Danek. It's Danek with the ball, but he just couldn't keep it in. And that will be a throw in to England to be taken by Archie Gray. Credit to Archie Gray for forcing him into a mistake, as he holds the ball over his head, gets ready to throw. Who is he going to throw to, I wonder? Will it be Anderson? And they're taking an awful long time. That is because the referee is talking to Vaclav Sake, and this is for an incident I did not see, or was it for dissent? I'm beginning to lean towards the latter, but Archie Gray has been very patient, waiting for the correct moment to throw. So Gray throws to Scott. Sake holds him by the shoulders and forced away. I think the referee isn't pleased with his attitude. So the ball ends up at the feet of Beadle. Anderson down the wing to Quansah. Quansah passing to Scott inside the centre circle, up the wing to Archie Gray, and on the far side is McAtee. That's a cross into the 18-yard box, but McAtee held firm, and that was actually Harvey Elliott with the ball. Lee Carsley appears pleased with his team's efforts so far, but the fans don't appear to think so. Some of them still shouting, "Come on, England!" from the touchline. I think a couple of fans, I should say, holding a flag coming from Guernsey. So it's Archie Gray to Cresswell. Cresswell outside the goal area to Quansah. Quansah passing to Cresswell. Cresswell looking for the right person to pass, and he finds Rowe, but the referee has blown his whistle for something. Play still goes on though. have no idea why he blew the whistle. So it's Cresswell to Quansah, now back with Cresswell to Anderson. Anderson passing to Livramento, and now inside the 18-yard box is Hutchinson, but there's no one there as the ball has been retaken by Czechia and Shukomel. What was Livramento thinking? His teammates were so far back, he could have easily tried to have a go at it. He could have easily tried to have a go at goal himself, although I think I may be being really harsh on him. So play goes on, and with the ball currently is Anderson. Anderson to Gray. Now back with Anderson yet again. It's Cresswell up the wing to Anderson. Anderson to Elliott. Elliott holding onto the ball. He passes quickly to the captain McAtee, and inside the 18-yard box, punched away by Hornicek. He is doing really well to keep the ball out of Czechia's goal, but now, speaking of Czechia, they have the ball through Sake. Sake under pressure from Gray. Sake tries to hold on, but it's too late, and Gray just forces it out of the way. He might have been very physical, but he might have been very physical with Sake. But I have to say that was pretty normal when it comes to a tackle like that. Czechia take the throw in, but concede the ball to England. So an England throw on the far side, and the ball is with Cresswell, and it's Cresswell still. Cresswell looking for the right person to pass to. Will he go for Rowe? And he's closing in inside the centre circle. Will he go for Rowe? Will he go for Hutchinson? He passes down the wing to Quansah and Livramento. England playing it safe. Passing to McAtee. Now back down the wing to Livramento. Livramento pressing towards the goal. Now passing to Scott. Scott to McAtee, to Elliott, I should say. Now back with McAtee. McAtee, Gray, given away to Sake. Sake conceding this time to Charlie Cresswell. Cresswell down the wing to Anderson inside the centre circle. Anderson, Livramento passing the ball down the wing, this time to Hutchinson. Rowe. It's Rowe with the ball. Passing to Quansah. Quansah. Anderson. Now it's with Hutchinson, but Hutchinson fouled from behind by Stanek. And it was actually Stransky, I should say. So Stransky pushing Hutchinson down onto the ground. That looked very robust in my opinion. And that should have been at least a verbal warning, but lucky to get away without even that. 37 minutes have now been played, and it's still Czechia 0, England 0. It's Rowe with the ball up the wing towards Livramento, but given away to Czechia. Hadash on the near side under pressure from Scott. Scott now with the ball inside the 18-yard box. A quick pass to Rowe. Rowe was aiming for a shot, but caught by Hornicek. England just can't seem to find the right angle at the moment, and a Czech player has gone down. It's the captain, Sake, no less. As Daniel Fieler comes over to have a look at him, the referee trying to assess the situation, but the good news is that Sheikh is okay, and that was an elbow in the neck by Archie Gray, and Sheikh being asked if he's okay, and the good news is he is. And Lee Carsley now talking to Cresswell. I'm beginning to have second thoughts over who elbowed Sheikh. It might well have actually been Cresswell. And Sheikh now talking to the referee, trying to express his opinion. and the referee just wants the game to resume. According to his body language, he doesn't want anyone to waste time. Alex Scott takes the ball for England. Down the wing it goes to Livramento. Livramento to Hutchinson on the near side on the left. Now the ball is being pressed towards the attacking third for England. It's Omari Hutchinson to Livramento, but the ball goes over the line. Kept in though by McAtee, and a chance to shot at a goal! It's Harvey Elliott with just 6 minutes to go. England have pulled something from nowhere. They now lead. It took a long time for them to kickstart their title defence, but they've done it now. And the England fans now have something to sing about. Hutchinson almost set up the delivery. It was Livramento who actually did that. Miraculously, the ball stayed in. Elliott with the finish. And that is just what the doctor ordered for England. They have finally broken through Czechia's superior defence. And they could well be on to another 2-0 winner, just like they did last time. And Elliott threaded the ball through Stransky and Sukomel. And with 40 minutes now played, it's England 1, it's Czechia 0, England 1. And Elliott has scored 8 goals in 9 matches. We'll check for confirmation at half-time. And the ball is now with Shalupek. Czechia need to respond, and respond fast. If football matches have told us anything, it's that once a team has scored first, they usually add more and break down their opponent's defences. So Czechia have really got to work something else, and fast. It's Sake with the ball, clipped away though by Cresswell, and that will be a throw-in for Czechia to take the ball. And in fact, it's actually going to be a corner. I got my bearings. I got my bearings slightly wrong, and I have a feeling it will be Danek to take the corner. So Danek kicks the ball inside the goal and almost equal. And did the ball cross the line? No, it didn't. I thought Czechia were going to equalise, but Beadle must have just grabbed it in the nick of time, and it's still Czechia 0, England 1, with 3.5 minutes to go until half time. McAtee to Scott. Scott passing back to Elliott. Gray. Now it's with Elliot Anderson. Anderson down the wing to Quansah. The ball just went over the centre circle. Livramento. Anderson up the wing into the circle to Cresswell. Cresswell to McAtee, and England going for a second goal with Scott, but picked up by Lukas Hornicek. And Hornicek rolls the ball out, and Czechia very unlucky to be denied. The ball did not cross the line. A part of it just touched it, but it did not go over the line completely. And Czechia still looking for a chance. The ball is now with Prepsel. Prepsel crossing the ball towards Spatchil on the near side. The ball did go over the line, so it will be a throw-in. So it will be a throw-in to England. And the referee has now blown the whistle for something which I did not see. It's a chat between sake, and it's a potential penalty check, I'm getting, from VAR, and the check is over, and we're waiting to see what the final verdict will be. Throw in to England, so no penalty in the dying minutes of the first half. Anderson to Gray. Gray passing to Cresswell on the far side inside the goal area. Beadle keeps the ball away. Anderson to Gray. It's Cresswell passing this time to Gray. Now back to Cresswell. Cresswell to McAtee. McAtee has to hold off Vidra, and the ball is now inside the centre circle, being passed onto the far side on the left towards McAtee. McAtee now pressing towards England's attack, now pressing towards the attacking third. He's inside the goal area, does well to hold on. And McAtee now towards Livramento. Livramento misses his chance to make it 2 for England. He passes to Anderson, but Anderson is kept away by Chalupek, and with 15 seconds of normal time remaining, it's still Czechia 0, England 1. I wouldn't be surprised if we have at least 2 to 3 minutes of stoppage time in the first half. A corner has been given to England. In any case, we now approach the 45th minute. 2 minutes have been added, and it will be Alex Scott to take the corner for England. Bit of jostling going on inside the goal area. The corner is taken, but it goes well over the line, and that was a missed opportunity by England. They were very poor. They were very poor throughout most of the first half, but they have come back. But they have come back strong. They just need to keep their momentum going into the second half. And the ball is now back with Czechia. It's Hadash to Danek, but it goes over the line for an England throw. And Czechia retake the ball somewhat. The ball is with Prebsel inside the centre. Now it's back with Hadash. Hadash crossing to Fila, but retaken by England. Back with Prebsel though. Prebsel to Spatchil. Spatchil crossing down towards Danek, but it's now retaken back by England. Livramento to Quansah. Beadle, he has to watch out for the advancing Fila, and he did. 30 seconds of additional time remaining. It's still Czechia 0, England 1. Czechia do not have enough time to equalise. England might just score the double with Elliott. The way he's playing, was about to pass to Rowe, but conceded to the Czechia defenders. And I don't think there's going to be enough time left throughout the rest of the first half. Vidra did well to keep the ball at bay, and a replay with that I'm looking at with Spatchil and also with Vidra, and Spatchil has gone down. He's being helped up by Elliott. Good to see that there is still camaraderie among nations. And we've just gone over the 2 minutes. That is likely because of the incident involving Stransky, and in fact the whistle has been blown for half time. Neither side were willing to concede throughout the first half, but Harvey Elliott pulled a blinder with some 6 minutes to go. Half time at the Dunajska Streda at the DAC Aréna in Dunajska Streda. Czechia 0, England 1. And so before we take a break for half time, we can now take a look at the other scores. We can now take a look at the other scores as are going on in the Euros, and also to mention the results from yesterday. Half time, it's Finland 2, Finland 2, the Netherlands 0 in Group D, and in the other Group B match, Germany lead Slovenia by 2-0. And the results of yesterday's matches are as follows. In Group A, in Group A, Slovakia 2, Spain 3, and Italy 1, Romania 0. Group C, I should say, also had their first matches played yesterday. Portugal 0, France 0, and Poland 1, Georgia 2. We're going to take a quick break, but do please join us again for the start of the second half. welcome back to the Commentary Hub's alternative audio coverage of Czechia against England in the Euro Under-21 Championships 2025. England and Czechia did not want to give any inch throughout the majority of the first half. Czechia were perhaps the better players than England for about 10 or 15 minutes, but England took the lead with a blinder from Harvey Elliott. Will they be able to do more of the same in the second half? We're just about to get underway for the second half. It'll be England to kick us off as Charlie Cresswell takes a deep breath, and so too does Daniel Fila. And standing over the ball is Jonathan Rowe. Everyone waiting for the referee to blow the whistle so we can get the second half underway. Referee fiddling with his earpiece a little bit. Just wanted to make sure that everyone is in place, and it's going to be Elliott to Rowe. And kickoff slightly delayed by a little bit as the referee has a quick chat with Sake and McAtee. Just a conversation with the captains to ensure that they understand his instructions. He wants a fair second half as Lee Carsley and Jan Sukoparek take their places on the touchline. Elliot Anderson, remember, he had a yellow card earlier, so he is being warned by the referee. Any more infractions like that from you, and you will be on red. And I think that is a warning to everybody on the pitch as Say takes a drink of water or whatever sports drink there is inside those sports bottles. A little bit of last-minute warm-ups going on between England and Czechia. So the second half is due to get underway in about a couple of minutes' time. The Czechia fans warming themselves up with a clap of the hands and a song, and some of them sitting down, just getting ready to enjoy the match. And I have to say, some of the England fans will be hoping to enjoy the match as well. So the referee now having a word with Hutchinson and Fila. We should be able to get started in about a couple of minutes' time. It appears to me as though the referee wants to speak to everybody. Czechia need to get back into this game, and quickly, because once their opponents have put themselves in front, they can be very hard to beat. As Hornacek stretches his legs a little bit, he'll need to use his legs a lot. He was given a massive workout in the first half, trying to keep all those England goals at bay before Harvey Elliott scored towards the end of the first half. Elliott and Rowe have been standing patiently, and we're underway for the second half at the DAC Aréna in Dunajská Streda. England take possession on the far side. No half-time substitutions have been made, so it's Hutchinson with the ball. He passes to Elliott. Now back towards Hutchinson, and Hutchinson doing well to hold on to the ball. He passes to Anderson. Now back towards Hutchinson. Hutchinson having to hold off Danek. Does well to pass to Gray. Gray to Kwanzaa. Now down the wing to Cresswell inside the centre circle. Given away though to Czechia. A poor move by England, and now it's with I couldn't see who it was. It might have been Václav Sake, And in fact, it was Sake. So Gray with the ball on the far side for England. It goes over the halfway line to Hutchinson. Hutchinson dancing his way around the Czechia defenders. He passes to Harvey Elliott. Elliott going for a shot. Well blocked by Stransky. And retaken by England. Hutchinson passing to Anderson. Anderson crossing towards Rowe, but kept out by Czechia. It's Archie Gray with the ball, given almost conceded to Sake, but retaken by England nonetheless. It's Gray to Elliott. Elliott crossing up the wing, this time to Livramento. Livramento still on the Livramento on the far side, pacing himself. He passes to Hutchinson. Hutchinson goes around Matej Hadaš. He passes back to Gray. Gray and in! It's the second goal for England. And Czechia once again caught out unawares. Hornacek did not know what hit him, and I had the feeling the ball came off the foot of Rowe. So Jonathan Rowe with the goal for England. It might have Gray may have had the assist, and so it was Gray with the assist and Rowe with the final tap of the right foot. And I have to correct myself. It was Livramento. Livramento did well to pass swiftly to Rowe, and Rowe just finished it off inside the attacking third. Rowe just swiftly pounced, and the Czechia defender right behind him did not know where the ball was. So 2 goals in 4 matches for Jonathan Rowe, and England now have the same score that they beat Czechia in their first game 2 years ago. So it's Scott to Anderson. England will, I am sure, be looking for more goals. The ball goes around Sukamel to Harvey Elliott. Elliott up the wing to Hutchinson. Hutchinson has the ball still on the far side. It's well over the halfway line now. Hutchinson presses on towards the goal area. Forced away by Hadaš, I should say. Hadaš given to Scott. Now back with Hutchinson. The ball now passed to the captain, McAtee. McAtee to Harvey Elliott. Elliott, Anderson, back to Elliott. Now the ball being crossed up the wing to Livramento. It's Livramento to Scott. Scott's passing back, or about to pass to Hutchinson, but Scott keeps hold of the ball. It's Scott now given away to Vidra. Vidra to Fila. Fila to Spatchil. No, in fact, it was Hadaš, and Hadaš collided with Rowe. Just take another look at that goal again. Livramento seemed to know where Rowe was, and Rowe was just like, thanks mate, and tapped it in without asking. 5 minutes into the second half, 50 in total. It's now Czechia 0, England 2. As England just about retook the ball, courtesy of Amari Hutchinson. No half-time substitutes made as of yet. No half-time substitutes were made for either team. We will be looking to see who will come on next. Remember, Tom Fellows is among the subs bench. He is taking the place of Joe Bellingham, who is with Borussia Dortmund on Club World Cup commitments. Now with the ball is Václav Sake. Sake heads it and in! Headed by Daniel Fila. Czechia have pulled a goal back. They were stunned by England. They were stunned by England not too long ago. Now it's their turn to spring a surprise. So 51 minutes in, and we've got a game on our hands already. And the ball, so it was initially Sheikh with the delivery, and out of nowhere came Daniel Fila inside the 18-yard, inside the goal area. Livramento was just too far behind, and Czechia have reduced the deficit. Superb header by Fila, who plays for Venezia in Serie A. Now the ball is back with England. They really need to at least get two. Really need to at least get one or two more goals ahead. Now in the 50. We are now in the 52nd minute. It's Charlie Cresswell. Cresswell passing to Beadle inside the goal. Now the ball is with Anderson, but Anderson briefly tripped up by Christoph Danek. And for Fila, that is his 4th goal in 6 national matches. And fouled this time is Omari Hutchinson. I beg your pardon, it's Jarrell Quansah. Jarrell Quansah gets into a bit of a tangle with Fila. Fila should have been given a yellow card, in my opinion. So it's Beadle clearing the ball up forwards to Rowe, but conceded to Czechia. Now with the ball is Stransky, although Stransky has been fouled. The ball has now been passed to Sheikh. Sheikh concedes to England. Czechia tried to retake the ball, but England are having none of it. And to take the throw in will be Elliott as the referee watches the game with his eyes, very much like a hawk. And on the far side, crossing the halfway line, is Hutchinson. Hutchinson passing to Anderson. Now back up the wing to Quansah. Hutchinson, Cresswell, Anderson. Now the ball is with Livramento. Livramento, Quansah. Back with Livramento again. Anderson. Anderson passing to Hutchinson. Hutchinson back towards Anderson. Now the ball was almost caught by Stransky, but England still managed to hold on. Now given away to Czechia properly this time. It's Fila almost sent down towards Sheikh. Now picked up by England. It's Gray to Hutchinson. Hutchinson closing in on the goal area, but kept away by Czechia. The ball was almost retaken by James McAtee. Lee Carsley shouting his instructions from the touchline. Very passionate about this, he is. The ball is still with Czechia. Retaken by Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott's only a bit part player for Liverpool last season. He's been angling for more minutes, and if he does well in the under-21 Euros, he may well be started more often, though there are rumours he could well be linked with another club. So it's Elliott receiving the ball from the throw-in. Now he passes back to Gray on the near side. Scott, Cresswell. It's Charlie Cresswell passing to Beadle inside the goal. Beadle to Quansah. Now it's with Cresswell. Charlie Cresswell passing down the wing to Gray. Beadle to Scott. Now back up the wing to Jarrell Quansah. It's Quansah with the ball. Quansah still doing well to hold off Danek. Now over the halfway line. Look at that is superb ball control from Jarrell Quansah. Now passing to Anderson. Anderson, Scott, back towards Anderson. Gray. 56 minutes have now elapsed. It still remains Czechia 1, England 2. And the ball has now been passed back to Quansah. Quansah looking for the right moment to pass. He passes to Rowe. A very coolly taken pass by Quansah. The ball is now with Hutchinson. Hutchinson trying to go through Šapalek and Hadash, but kept out by Czechia. Now it's back with Anderson. Anderson, Livramento. Hutchinson back towards Anderson. And Hutchinson almost had it and was just briefly held by Fila, but the referee has blown his whistle and Danek is on the ground. Not sure what happened, as Czechia now as Czechia showing the support for their club, and this is what happened. I'm having a look at this again on my monitor, and it was a poorly timed kick by Anderson straight into the chest of Danek, and he is in a lot of pain. His chest must hurt really badly, and he is being helped up by his teammate Šalupek. Bit winded, but I'm sure he will. He's a bit winded, but I'm sure he will be fine. I think he may well need to be substituted. In fact, I'm sure he has to be substituted if the pain persists. And it will be and the free kick swiftly taken by England. Anderson to Quansah. Now over the centre circle is Cresswell. Cresswell looking for the right moment to pass. Doing well to outfox Czechia. The ball goes up the field to Hutchinson. Czechia almost take it back. It's Hutchinson. Hutchinson to Anderson. Now Scott. Scott does well to thread his way past Vidra. Now the ball is with Livramento. Livramento to Scott. Scott passing to Quansah. It's Cresswell inside the centre circle. Now the ball is still in the middle part of the field with Gray. Gray to Livramento. Now up the wing to Quansah. Quansah now pressing on towards the goal. He passes to Hutchinson. It's Elliott, I should say. Elliott to McAtee. Now McAtee passing to Hutchinson. Almost kept away by Filip Prebsel. Good defending by the Czech number 18. Throw in to England. The ball has been thrown to Cresswell. Cresswell still on the far side in the middle. A pass to Hutchinson. Hutchinson but concedes to Martin Schukomel. And it's over the line for an England throw. And the man to take the throw is Elliott. He throws to Cresswell. Cresswell inside the middle of the pitch, close to the centre circle, passing to Archie Gray. Beadle up the wing to Quansah. Quansah to Anderson. Anderson passing down the wing to McAtee. And it's McAtee passing over the halfway line to Gray. Gray, Cresswell. Cresswell, Quansah. Did well to hold off Fila. England still managed to have the ball. It's Harvey Elliott. Elliott pressing on towards goal. It's pass. He passes to McAtee, but nicked by Vidra. Vidra tried to pass to his teammate, but it was given away to England. Now England retake it fully through Hutchinson. Good slide tackle by Hutchinson. It's Elliott. It's Anderson. Anderson passing to Scott. Scott to Harvey Elliott. Now McAtee inside the goal area. McAtee looking for McAtee, looking for Rowe, and I think that was actually a shot himself, but it just ended up in the arms of Hornicek. 61 minutes have now elapsed. It's Czechia 1, England 2, as Czechia are looking for a way to equalise. It's Fila up the wing to Spatchil. Now back with Fila. Fila crossing down the wing to number 4, Sukomel. Sukomel has to hold off Gray, but Gray does well to interfere. The ball goes over the line. That I think that was a touch by Gray, and that has given a corner to Czechia. That is their 4th corner, and the Czechia fans getting excited about this. It'll be DAC to take the corner, and the Czechia fans wanting and hoping for their team to score in front of them. DAC takes the corner and saved by Beadle, and Beadle throws the ball out towards Jarrell Quansah. Quansah to Anderson. Anderson passing to Alex Scott. And Alex Scott has now passed to Cresswell. Cresswell to Anderson. Now back with Quansah in the middle of the pitch. He passes back to Anderson. Anderson to Gray. Gray to Harvey Elliott. Elliott back now with Cresswell. Up the wing to Quansah from Cresswell. Cresswell to Anderson inside the centre circle. He goes out of the centre circle. He's now over the halfway line. Anderson doing well. He's being patient. He passes to Hutchinson. Back towards Elliott. No hurry. Livramento back towards Elliott. Now Alex Scott. Scott tackled from behind, and that has given the ball to Czechia momentarily, but England have taken it back through Quansah. Quansah having to fend off DAC, which he does, and the ball goes over the line. It'll be a throw-in to England, and Czechia, despite being behind England, they are still able to show strong signs of wanting to score, and we have a substitute getting ready to come on. It's Adam Karabech who will be coming on, as Daniel Fila is the man who will make way for him. For Adam Karabech, this is his 3rd consecutive under-21 European Championships. Will it be 3rd time lucky for him? And England have 70% of the ball in comparison to Czechia's 30. It's McAtee to Elliott. Elliott back towards McAtee. Kept away by Czechia. Now it's with that. Now the ball is with Anderson. Anderson to Gray. Gray. But it bounces off the backside of a Czechia defender that I couldn't make out. It's Gray to Anderson. Back towards Gray. Now it's with Scott. Scott inside the centre of the pitch, pressing on towards England's attacking third. Gray, Elliott, now over the halfway line to Cresswell. Cresswell crossing the ball up the field to Omari Hutchinson. Hutchinson, who plays for Ipswich Town, once at the Premier League. They've been relegated to the Championship. Elliott Anderson, who passes to Quansah. Quansah having to fend off Sheikh, which he does really well, but Czechia have retaken the ball. The ball is now with Vidra. Vidra to Spatchil, and Spatchil now trying to pass to one of his teammates up front, but it's just been caught by England. 65.5 minutes have now elapsed. It's still Czechia 1, England 2. It's Elliott Anderson. Anderson to Scott. Now up the wing to Tino Livramento. Livramento to Hutchinson. Hutchinson passing to Stransky inside the set. Or should that be Gray? Gray, Anderson, Cresswell. Now Scott. Scott trying to cross to Rowe. Rowe inside the goal area. But the ball has been dropped. Back to McAtee. McAtee holding off Karen Spatchil. He passes to Harvey Elliott. Elliott to Livramento. Now down the wing and across the halfway line to Cresswell. Cresswell to Anderson. And almost tackled from behind by Karabech. Anderson did well to hold on. It's Gray to Anderson. Anderson passing briefly to that might well have been Gray. It's Gray to Cresswell. Now up the wing to Beadle inside the goal. Ball is now back with Beadle. And Beadle trying to cross up the wing, but given away to Czechia momentarily. Back with England. Anderson, Scott, Quansah. Quansah to Hutchinson. Hutchinson now passing rapidly to Gray. Gray to Elliott, but Elliott just Elliott mistimes this, and the ball goes over. And the ball goes over the line. It'll be a Czechia throw-in, and England are about to make their first substitutes, and the player to come on. Although I'm now beginning to see that there are two players going to come on for England, as Jonathan Rowe makes way for Arsenal's Ethan Nwaneri. He is the youngest player in the squad, and I could just about make out Jay Stansfield going to come on as well. He's had a great season for Birmingham City, the second highest goal scorer in League One with 19 goals, as the fourth official gets ready to prepare for the right moment to come on. As Stansfield and Nwaneri wait patiently. We should hope for a lot of. We should be expecting a lot of great things from both Stansfield and Nwaneri. So Stansfield, the first player to come on as an England substitute. We should have Ethan Nwaneri on any moment now. Bit of a delay going on, but Czechia take the throw-in. So the ball thrown, the throw-in wasn't satisfactory in the referee's eyes. So the throw-in will have to be taken again. The fourth official seeming to have problems with the board, and now he flashes the second substitute, as McAtee will make way for Jay Stansfield. And so to take the throw in for Czechia is Shukomel. And Shukomel throws but concedes to Cresswell. Cresswell up the wing to Stansfield, but kept away by Czechia. And after the ball this time is Scott. Scott to Gray, now back with Scott. Scott crossing the halfway line, and that was almost at the feet of Stansfield, but picked up by Hornicek. The ball is now still with Czechia and Karel Spatchil, and it's been crossed up the wing to Prepsel. Prepsel to Spatchil. Now the ball is with number 40. Now the ball is with number 14, Stransky. And now the ball has been picked up by Jarel Quansah. Quansah to Cresswell. A Czechia player went down just close to the 18-yard box. Cresswell to Harvey Elliott. Now back with Cresswell. Cresswell to Nwaneri. Ranieri up the wing, but conceded to Hadash. Over the line it goes. That will be a throw-in to Czechia. So we'll just wait to see who. It is. That will take the throw. England have retaken the ball. It's Archie Gray to Anderson, to Cresswell. Back with Gray. The ball is with Harvey Elliott. Elliott to Livramento. Now back with Cresswell. Cresswell to Archie Gray. Archie Gray passing to Cresswell. Cresswell, Quansah. Now it's Anderson. Anderson threads the ball through the Czechia players. Now it ends up at the feet of Hutchinson. Hutchinson to Anderson. Livramento, but the ball has been pushed out of play. 72 minutes have just elapsed. It's still Czechia 1, England 2, and because of the delay in substitutions, I think it looks like we are going to go slightly over time. We will let you know when 90 minutes have arrived. So the ball is now still with England. Down the wing it goes to Harvey Elliott, who passes to Cresswell. Cresswell down the wing to Elliott. Elliott passes to Ranieri. Ranieri goes around Sukomel. He aims for a shot, but he misses the target by inches. I think that was the wrong angle from the young Arsenal forwards. Made his Premier League debut at just 15 years old, and thus has the record of being the youngest ever Premier League player. So corner to England. We're just waiting to see who will take the corner for England. Corner check stands in goal. It's Alex Scott to take the corner for England. He aims his shot. It goes into the 18-yard box, headed by Cresswell. The ball ends up at the feet of Ranieri. Ranieri, Anderson, back to Cresswell. Scott. Livramento, down the wing to Gray. Gray to Elliott. Elliott passing to Ranieri. Ranieri, Hutchinson. But the ball was deflected. But the ball was deflected by Hadash, and that will have given another corner to England. This is now their 5th corner, and will they be lucky this time? As Alex Scott gets ready to take the corner, and Danek being warned by the referee. I think the referee is also trying to make sure that everyone is in an organised position inside the goal area. Scott kicks the ball into the 18-yard box and headed by Cresswell. England are 3-1 up with 15 minutes to go, and Cresswell has a huge smile on his face. So too do the England supporters, and for Charlie Cresswell, that's it. And for Charlie Cresswell, that is his first international goal in his 21st appearance. What a wonderful header from the Toulouse man. He was in the right place at the right time, very close. He was just on the line of the 6-yard box, and he flicked it in with his head, no problem whatsoever. and Stepan Chalupek and the rest of the squad could not do a thing about it. And for Cresswell, that is his 5th goal in his last 3 matches. And Czechia get ready to restart the game. The referee makes sure that everyone is in the right position for the game to restart. He's walking around to make sure that everything is to his satisfaction. But a substitute for England, I have just been informed, and about to come on is Samuel Illing Jr. So Samuel and the ref and the 4th official still having problems with the display board. It's been playing up a lot recently, as the Czech captain Václav Sejk being spoken has a word with the referee, and the numbers have been flashed at last, and coming off the pitch is Omari Hutchinson. He did well. He had a few chances himself and set up a few attempts himself, but he makes way for Illing Jr. and Illing Jr. could well be the fresh pair of legs that England need, as Czechia are now further behind England than they would like to be. England will, I'm sure, need just one more goal to ensure the game is theirs completely. But even though there are some 12 minutes left, things can still change, as Waneri has the ball for England, who almost passed to Elliot Anderson, and that was a good deflection by Jarel Quansah. Czechia have the ball back though through Vidra, but England retake it. It's Prepsel for Czechia. Prepsel saved by James Beadle, and had that ball gone in, it would have reduced the deficits for Czechia. England have retaken the ball. The ball is now back at the feet of Beadle. Beadle to Scott. Now the ball has been crossed forward, and it was aimed for Elliot, but picked up by Prepsel. It's Prepsel up the wing to Chalupek. Chalupek to back to Prepsel, I should say. Now the ball goes down the wing, picked up by Shukomel. It's Shukomel to Prepsel. Prepsel. Spatchil. Now the ball has been conceded back towards England. Hutchinson tries to retake it, but a throw-in has been given to Czechia. The ball is now with Sejk. Sejk to Prepsel. Prepsel, Stransky. They get a collision between two players. One of which was Stransky, and difficult to make out at the moment who he collided with. We'll have to make sure who it was momentarily, as Czechia make a substitute, as Danek comes off, and onto the pitch comes Filip Vekta. So, and also off is Stransky, who was fouled, and on comes number 12, Alexander Šojka. Free kick by England. Cresswell up the wing to Quansah. Quansah to Illing Jr. It's Illing Jr. with the ball for England. He's over the halfway line. Does well to keep hold of it. He passes to Anderson. Anderson to Livramento. Back to Anderson. Now it's with Scott inside the right side of the centre circle. Down the wing to Archie Gray. Gray, Nwaneri. Nwaneri still keeping hold of the ball. He passes to Elliott. Elliott to Scott. Illing Jr. Now Gray. Gray concedes to Czechia. Ball briefly with number 10 Karabec. Karabec crossing the ball forward to Šojka. It's Šojka with the ball, almost caught by Konsa. The ball is now with Karabec. Karabec passing to Spatchil. Spatchil back towards Karabec. Karabec almost loses it to Livramento, but Karabec still holds on. Karabec is believed to have been offside. He knows he's made a mistake, or was it a foul by Livramento? I have a feeling it was the latter, and that has given a corner to Czechia, as a couple of England players getting ready to come on. I could just about see Hayden Hackney and Tyler Morton, and as James Beadle stands inside the goal. Coming up to 83 minutes. Free kick, I should say, for Czechia, and bundled out of the way by Elliot Anderson. Good defending by the England number 8, although he may have hurt himself in the process. Just a slight knock to the head, but he should be all right. 83 minutes gone. Czechia 1, England 3. That was the check of the goal. VAR did have a check on the goal by Cresswell, but it was definitely onside, so no complaints can be made about that, as Elliot Anderson will come off in place of Hayden Hackney. And also coming off the pitch is Alex Scott, and Tyler Morton will take his place. Tyler Morton, he's been struggling with He was struggling throughout most of last season with a persistent shoulder injury, but it is great to see him back on the pitch for the final 6 minutes as Hayden Hackney joins him as well. James Beadle will take the goal kick for England. He waits for his moment and fires the ball out of the goal and towards the feet of Illing Jr. Illing Jr. passes rapidly to Nwaneri. Nwaneri closing in on the 18-yard box, almost concedes to Karabec. He passes to Morton. Morton back to Nwaneri. Elliott, now Hackney. Back to Morton. Back towards Hackney again. Hackney up the wing to Quansah, who was just outside the centre circle. It's back to Illing Jr. Now down the wing to Gray. Gray to Elliott, and Elliott passing to Cresswell over the line. Back down the wing to Archie Gray. Now back with Cresswell. Cresswell to Hayden Hackney. Ball cleared away from the goal by Beadle. Almost conceded to Czechia, but retaken by England and Elliott. Šojka has pushed Elliott down onto the ground. That was very rude, in my opinion. No need to do that. And as Elliott is helped onto his feet, but that was a ridiculous foul. As a couple of Czechia players are getting ready to come on, and coming on is Josef Košela, and also coming on what I could just about make out, Denis Halinski. So Vidra comes off, and I have to apologise. It's Andrei Krishfalushi as Gray passes the ball up the wing to Livramento to Illing Jr. Gray. Now Hayden Hackney to Gray, who passes to Livramento, Quansah, Hackney to Illing Jr. Almost intercepted by Šojka. It's Karabec to Kosala. England retake the ball. It's back with Tyler Morton. Now down the wing to Gray. That's a long cross. I think he was aiming for Waneri, but it goes over the line all the same. Ball kicked out of the goal by Hornicek. As the match is drawing to a close, I will let you know who my player of the match is shortly, as Livramento picks up the ball on the near side. He passes to Beadle inside the goal, and over the line it goes. Throw in to Czechia, and I can reveal that my player of the match, as sponsored by Commentary Services, is Charlie Cresswell, with that blinder with that peach of a header that nobody saw coming. So Šojka for Czechia. He passes to Kosala down the wing to Shukomel to Krishfalushi to Spatchil. Hornicek back to Spatchil. The ball now being passed down the wing to Shukomel over the line. Was almost picked up by Karabec, but the ball has been bundled over the line, and also Jay Stansfield went down in the process. Free kick to Czechia though, and Czechia have committed 11 fouls, England 9. And so Karabec passes to Shukomel. That was a weirdly taken free kick. Some of the England players still standing in position inside the goal area, but they won't need to do that anymore, as it will be a throw-in to England with just under 40 seconds of normal time remaining. It still remains Czechia 1, England 3. As Archie Gray is ready to take the throw-in. Gray throws to Stansfield, kept away though by Shukomel, and the ball is with Quansah to Livramento. Now back with Quansah. Morton crossing down the wing to Gray to Waneri. Now given back to Karabec to I couldn't see who it was. That was Beketa, and 5 minutes have been added on in injury time. So Czechia have an additional 5 minutes to bring the deficit back down, although England will be defending with all their might. So the ball is now with Prepsul to Spatchil. Now back to Prepsul crossing down the wing to a Shukomel. Now retaken by Prepsul. Shukomel, Spatchil, Prepsul to Chalupek. and that will be, and it's a throw in, to England, but given away to Prepsel to Shalupek, but the ball goes over the line on the far side, well over the halfway line. And to take the throw will be Livramento. And everyone gets into a position. Livramento throws. Ball now pass to Hayden Hackney. Now it's with Morton. Morton to Quansah. Now back with Hackney. Morton down the wing to Archie Gray. Gray now powering over the halfway line. Passing to Waneri. Almost conceded to Shukamel, but Waneri holds on. He's inside the goal area. Does well to pass quickly to Gray. Gray has to pass the ball back out because he was swarmed by the Czechia defenders, and the referee calling a halt to proceedings about something. I'm going to try and pinpoint what happened, and I have a feeling that a player was offside. It was Gray. So that clears that up. As Czechia now have restarted the game with the ball. It's Prepsel to Chris Falushi to Vidra. Now the ball has been given back to England, and Waneri to Hackney. Now it's Archie Gray. Gray does well to pass to Stansfield. 2 minutes of injury time left. Still Czechia 1, England 3. Gray to Hackney. Hackney concedes to Czechia, but it goes over the line, and Harvey Elliott has been doing well, acting as captain since James McAtee's substitution. It's Spatchil down the wing to a Shukomel. Karabech to Shoika. Shoika back to Karabech, and Karabech sends the ball over the line. Czechia I feel are beginning to feel that the game is very much lost, but they go again against Germany on Sunday. England's next match is against Slovenia. So Beadle gets ready to kick the ball out. Of the goal, and he fires it towards Illing Jr., but concedes to Czechia. That was good interception by Karabech. Free kick to Czechia. Karabech to take it, but given away to England, and Gray is offside, and that will extend the injury time period by at least 30 seconds. As Czechia as it's a free kick to Czechia, and the referee holding his hand, waiting for the right moment to restart. No, it's still a goal kick, and the referee blows the final whistle, and that is it. England have control. England had the second half very much under control, despite a late surge by Czechia. They still managed to hold on to their lead and add a couple more goals in the process through Cresswell and Rowe. Final score Czechia 1, England 3. And before we go, let's take a look at the final. Let's take a look at the final results that have just happened. And it finished in group D. Finland finished in Group D. Finland 2, the Netherlands 2, despite Finland leading early on despite Finland leading at half time. And the early game which finished the game which finished earlier, Ukraine 2, Denmark 3. That too was in Group D, and Germany beat Slovenia by 3-0 in the other Group B match. Well, that just about wraps up our coverage of this game, and we look forward to bringing you more matches of the Under-21 European Championships. Plus, we've also got coverage of the Club World Cup coming right up on the Commentary Hub, so make sure you don't miss that too. I've been Nicholas Jones. Take great care, and from me, goodbye.